only configuration process only I teach. They teach.
Okay.
So, I haven't experience in implement some knowledge and haven't in implementation. Only configuration process and some knowledge.
Okay. Okay. So have you attended any interview? So have you received any interview calls, or have you prepared your CV, updated and received
Yes,
any
yes.
calls?
I attend the 1 to 2 interview, but now I not crack myself.
Okay. So how many weekly? How many calls you are getting? How many calls scheduled for interview?
Yes, yes. I think uh, 3 to 4 interview.
Okay.
Enough.
So weekly 3 to 4 interviews you are attending.
Weekly overall this last January to today till now I
Okay.
attend 4 interview, 3 to 4 interview.
Okay. So okay, where you land actually?
I learn SAP FICO only.
Okay.
This is process
Lagging.
accounts payable receivable.
No, lagging. So why you couldn't clear the technical round interview? Because of this reasons.
Yes, 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 yes. I technical rounds not clear.
No,
They
I'm asking.
they are they
Understood.
the
Technical round.
interview panel asking multiple questions. Interview panel asking multiple questions, but I don't know the questions. Only I am accounts payable receivables. I know that.
Okay, good. So no issues. So I understood your uh,
Okay.
your pain areas noted.
Yes.
Okay. So who's
Yeah.
next? Who's going to explain yourself? I think Sumit, could you please explain yourself quickly?
Hello everyone. I have passed out of 21. I have done BTech in mechanical engineering, and I have a working experience of around 3 years in the automobile industry. After that, I taken a gap from my job and start preparing for SAP PP, particular PP module. And I have done training from Atos Evident of around 4 to 5 months, and did my certification last month in Feb. And now currently I'm looking for implementation projects which will enhance my skills. Uh, till now, I have don't take any interviews. I am searching out for any job vacancies opportunity, but after that, I am still
When you completed your course?
last month, and I also have done my certification last month.
Okay, okay. It is in SAP S for HANA, right?
Right.
Okay, okay. So PP, are you the same questions? So whether the make to order, make to stock, repetitive order. So how would you like
Yeah.
to process?
Yeah. Uh, See, I have done basic projects on my own with my trainer, but actually the real life scenario is maybe another different from the what I have done. So I am trying to correlate with them with this project training. I want to correlate.
Okay. So still you are not prepared your CV, you are not posted, you are not received any calls and all, right?
Uh, Till now.
Okay, okay. Okay. Thanks, Sumit. Yeah. So next, Pritish, could you just explain yourself quickly? Okay, I think Pritish is not okay. So then Sumit is explained, Shivakumar also explained. So I think fine. So then I think we will proceed. So anybody yet to join Kalpita from anybody? Any of your
No, sir, that's all, sir. We can start, sir.
okay, fine. Okay, so let's start the demo session. So before start the demo session, so what we need to understand why this implementation project training is required. So whether this Mara Technologies is the right place to learn the implementation project. So after completing this implementation project, what benefits I'm going to get it. So with reference to this, the practical, implementation project, whether can I able to prepare my CV, whether it is a, implementation project consultant or whether it is a fresher SAP associate consultant like that. So how I can able to update my CV. So whether so once so how this program is going to change your career into SAP consultant. Okay, so this is about this is what we are going to get it this program. So anyway, I'm going to first I'll go to explain about the brief about the course actually. Okay, so before going to brief the courses, but what is the expectations? So what is the expectations? So the expectation of the courses is, so we want to become a consultant. Okay, so before going to become a consultant, so whether what is industry expecting? What is industry expecting? So because when SAP comes, 25 years before in India, so at that time SAP recruiting, any company, every company recruiting people who have 2 years experience, people who have 4 years experience. So that is what the expectations. So now you tell me, so how people will expect? Now their expectation is more. So whether do you have 3 years experience, whether you have a 4 years experience. Okay, so how we can able to it's not like adding numbers in your experience. It is not adding the numbers in your experience, just how we can able to get the exposure in the numbers, how we can able to get the number of years experience, right? So what is number of years experience? So if you do any implementation project, your experience is going to be increased. Okay, so if you are going to work in any implementation project, so your work experience is going to be increased. So in this implementation project, so what are all the activity you are going to deliver, right? So so this is like a completely, so we are conducting online implementation commercial projects. But when it goes to company, suppose you go to the Accenture or IBM, so the way of implementation project is completely different. So there is an on-site, there is a team, there is an offshore, there is a team, right? So you will be working either one of the cases. But here in this training program, so everybody will be working in a online mode actually. So we have a consultant. So every module we have a consultant. So this consultant is going to help you how to work in how to deliver the project in implementation projects, right? So what are all the deliverables, and how you can able to deliver it, whether you have enough experience. If you don't have the experience, how they are going to give the spoon feeding, how we can able to give the training to you, right? So how they are going to give the training to you, and based on that you are going to deliver the project activities, right? So that is what we are going to explain now. Okay, so now one thing we need to understand, before one thing we need to understand is, so how we are going to attend the interview. So still now we don't know which path we can go to reach safely, and which path we can get quickly, right? So let's say if you have any kind of let's say nowadays there is a, everywhere there is a queue, correct? If you go any biryani center, there is a queue. If you go any kind of offers in the textile showroom, so there is a big queue, right? So same thing for SAP also, you have a big queue now, right? Same thing for SAP also, you have a big queue. Okay, so there are 1 lakh openings are there. SAP side there are 1 lakh openings are there. For this 1 lakh opening, how, whether all the opening belongs to SAP fresher or whether it is a experienced. So how many, if you see that if you see that experience, so out of 90 percentage, right, out of 1 lakh 90,000 jobs are experienced based on the end-to-end implementation experience consultant. So have you worked on implementation projects? Have you delivered the implementation projects? So in the implementation project, what are all the deliverables you have done? Have you prepared the business blueprint? Have you prepared the KDS? Have you prepared the F2S, fit to standard workshop? Have you completed your business blueprint session? Have you get the sign off your BPD? So what are the functional specifications, right? What are the forms, reports, interfaces, enhancements, So these are all the RISE projects have you developed. Could you tell me what all the business complication scenario you have faced, right? So what talk about the testing. So have you involved unit testing? Have you involved integration testing? Have you involved user acceptance testing? Have you involved roles and authorizations? Have you involved the cutover activities? So cutover activities in the pre-production server, what is your roles? Cutover activities in the production server, what is your roles? Right? So like that, go live and support activity. So these are all the questions will be, it's the interview questions. Okay, so these interview questions, until and otherwise, if you are not worked in implementation projects, until and otherwise, if you are not worked in implementation project, if you are not delivered these activities, whatever I have explained, if you are not delivered, you cannot able to answer in the interview point of view. Okay, so this is real time. The people who have, if it, 4 years experience in Accenture, IBM, TCS, Wipro, the same exposure we are giving in this implementation project. So this project you can add it multiple projects, maybe one implementation project you can add it in your exposure, maybe 2 to 3 also. So, but in these next 2 months, so what you are going to work in the implementation project is, so the 1, 2, 3 I have explained. So all the 21 plus deliverables in the implementation project, either it is a material management or sales and distribution or production planning or EWM, or PS, PM. So whatever module, the same, all the deliverables, the consultant as a trainee, you have to do that. Okay, so if you have this kind of exposure, so then only the 90% of job out of 1 lakh jobs, as I told you, there are 90% of jobs belongs to end-to-end implementation consultant exposure. So just like that, attend the, just like that you completed the project, but the deliverable activity is more important. Okay, so talk about the, so that is what we are going to explain one by one. So what you are going to learn from this project and how this going to help to add in your profile as the end-to-end implementation consultant. So how you can able to, your CV is going to be selected in the 90,000 queues. Okay, so the 10,000 queues, there are 1 lakh people are waiting, or 2 lakhs people are already waiting. That is nothing but fresher. So now if you want to change into fresher category, so you have to wait next to 2 years. You have to wait next to 2 years. Meanwhile, your current company, you will get the promotion. So you thought that, okay, this job is okay, so we'll continue. So, so in this case, so you think about this, your mind first, there are 1 lakh jobs are there. So I want to go in a experience, like there are 90,000 vacancies are there. So I need to first, make myself as a end-to-end implementation consultant. Okay, experiences doesn't matter. Okay, maybe 2 years or 3 years or 4 years doesn't matter. So you have to make your CV in such a way that, so then only your dreams will become true. Okay, so I simplified everyone. So if anybody have any questions, you can. So now I can move to the demo sessions. Anybody have any questions?
No, sir.
Okay, so next there is a Mara Technologies actually. So we have more than 15 years of experience in SAP training, real time end-to-end implementation projects. Okay, so we are most of the people who already completed SAP certification, they are not get the job. So those people land SAP implementation project with us, and they got the placement. So like that, even that is one of the, like that, people who completed, they are get the training from us, they are getting the implementation projects, they also get the job placements, like more than, I can see more than 11-12 thousands now people are getting the job placements. Because how I'm telling, there are one company, so our people, people learn because they mentioned maybe some other experience. So there are so many people they met it in the company name Accenture. So everybody's learned from us, and then they scare us, okay, whether this guy I'm getting the experience from there and anybody's going to indirectly going to complain or something like that. So which means one company there are multiple people, they are met with themselves, which means that much people we are going to give the placements. So every project there are 25-30 projects, every month we have 2 to 3 projects. So those people, they are learning what is SAP. What is end-to-end implementation projects? What are the activity they have to deliver in the greenfield implementation project? So that exposure is more sufficient for you to update your CV. Then you can attend the technical round interview. So then you can able to clear the technical round interviews, right? So without knowing the implementation project, if you talk about the implementation project, then the interviewer will be very happy. So if you talk about, yes, in finance modules, we have implemented so and so, there are 10 divisions. So there are 10 different company codes we have configured. So they are into construction, they are into, trading, they are into commercials, they are into, manufacturing, they are into crusher manufacturing. There are, so if you talk about the complete, the business point of view, so then in that, we implemented MMSD FIPP module. So in that, FICO point of view, we have accounts payable. So what are the process, accounts receivable, what are the process in that AP, how it is integrated with the MM module, in what are the cases it is integrated. Same thing AR, how it is integrated with the SD module. Same thing for PP module integrated to his, FICO. So like that, if you talk about, what you learn in the implementation project, that itself more sufficient for you. Okay. So next, so this is about our Mara technologies. We trained solution architect, we trained PMO, we trained the project managers related trainings also in these courses. So next, we are going to, explain about the type of projects, right? Everybody knows what is implementation project, what is support project, what is rollout project, migration project, right? What is the solution architect kind of training, like that. So the implementation project is, how, there is a implementation project means you are going to meet the customer, you are collecting the informations, and based on that, we have the phases, right? We have the activate methodology. Every phase, there are certain deliverables, correct? So discover phase, what are the deliverables, right? So preparation phase, what are the deliverables? So phase by phase, we are going to deliver the project. It's not like one day I'm going to collect all the information, next day I'm going to do the configurations and upload all the master data. That is not possible, right? Because SAP is not for one module. SAP is for multiple modules, right? We have a MM, SD, FI, PP, PM, PS, correct? So EWM. So we have multiple modules. So phase by phase only we can able to deliver it. Okay, so now we are going to discuss about phases, right? As I told you, there are discover phase, preparation phase, explore, realize, deployment, and run phases. Okay, so there are 6 phases. So these 6 phases is more important. So you guys has to what we are going to deliver, correct? So these deliverables, this is the interview questions for you. So practically, if you deliver, so in what all the way, they will ask, multiple way the questions, right? Suppose cutover activities, uploading your master data. So you should know what all the master data, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, next, how much volume of master data, and what is the tool you are going to be used, and how many hours it is taking. In pre-production server, how many hours you are uploading all your master data. For example, FICO. So there is a GL master, vendor master, customer master, bank master, asset master, correct? So then GL opening balance, vendor opening balance, customer opening balance, asset opening balance, bank opening balance. So more than 10 plus, objects, more than 10 plus objects we need to, uh, uh, you know, uh, you know, either master data or transaction data we need to be uploaded in SAP. So for that, so what is the agenda? So how you are going to planning your cutover activity? So everything you have to give a brief details in the interview point of view. So they may ask any kind of questions. Could you tell me how many hours you have taken to upload your GL master? They can ask how many hours you have taken for the whole cutover activities in pre-production server. So what is pre-production server? What is production server? So these are all the way, all the kind of doubts, all the kind of knowledges you will be you will learn during this implementation projects. Okay, so next we are going to talk about the discover phase. Okay, discover phase, what we are going to learn. Okay, so whatever I'm going to explain, so this is purely practical deliverables. So nothing is theoretical, nothing is document copy paste. Okay, I given the blueprint, copy paste, this is blueprint. We are not going to teach like that. You are going to design the blueprint. You are going, before designing the blueprint, you have to conduct the workshop. you have to conduct the workshop to customer, right? So based on the workshop, you have to prepare the minutes of meeting. So org structure point of view, okay, what are the discussions? So we have a 10 different type of company codes identified. So these are all the profit centers we have identified. So these are all the cost centers we have identified. These are all the controlling areas we have identified. So like that, you have to make a detailed minutes of meeting for org structure. Same thing like your accounts payable. In the accounts payable also there are multiple tax, input tax, output tax, right? And so all the area you have to prepare a minutes of meeting. So based on that only you can able to prepare the business blueprint, correct? So based on that only you can able to prepare the business blueprint. Okay, so now discover phase. So discover phase, what you will be delivering. First you have to prepare the workshop, right? First there is a fit to standard workshop, F2S. Okay, what is F2S? Is a fit to standard. So you have to showcase the process. So how you will identify, okay, what are the process I have to showcase? Because for that particular industry we will provide you, so what are the process, business process going to be applicable, that is the scope, the business scope will be provided to you. So based on that you will identify the list of process first, right? In FICO there are 35 process, MM module there are 25 process, SD module there are 27 process, EWM module there are 17 process. So like that first you have to identify the number of process based on the scope document. Okay, so that is what first the scope document. What is scope document? That is nothing but your as is document. Okay, first you should understand about the client and what all the process are currently they are following, that you need to understand. How you will understand? Based on the scope document. Suppose scope document is not there, then what you have to do, you go for next step, that is a questionnaires. You have to prepare 100 plus questionnaires. So talk about your company code, org structure, what are the master data currently you are following, what are the business process in your module. So list out whether you have a subcontracting process, you have a third party process, you have a drop shipment process, we have a MRP process, we have a forecasting. So we have accounts payable point of view 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these questionnaires you have to prepare it. So these questions has to be uh, you know share to the customer client. The client will give you the answers for you, so then you will understand the current business process. Okay, so either scope documents or questionnaires. So we are going to conduct through scope documents. Okay, so we are going to conduct through scope document. Okay, so now the workshop I told you, right? The workshop is nothing but F2S, fit to standard. What is fit to standard? So I'm going to explain based on the scope document. I'm going to explain, let's say for material requirement planning, forecast based planning, or reorder point planning. So I'm just give a session to them. So what is forecast based planning? How system is calculating the forecasting? So then based on that you can able to showcase the process flow diagram, and then you have to explain about all the process, and then finally we are going to conclude at that. Okay, so we are going to prepare the minutes of meeting to the customer. So then finally, okay, what they need in the forecast based planning. Okay, so then we are going to implement. Every client, they have their own requirements, so nobody will follow as the standard practices, right? This is not only for forecasting, I'm telling all the modules same case. Okay, fine. So now the workshop is completed, right? So now you are into MM module, SD module. We have all the module consultant. We showcase the process to customer, prepare the minutes of meeting. So based on the minutes of meeting, we are going to move for next steps, right? So once F2 is completed, discover phase, right? Your discover phase is completed. So next we will go for the preparation phases, right? Preparation phase, what we are going to do. So here, here we are going to start the business process map list, right? Business process map list. So before now, the real project is going to be started. Okay, now the real project is going to be started. So org structure has, there are two things, right? One is customer, another one is implementation company. IBM is implementing Himalaya Drug Company. HTC, right? Himalaya Drug Company. So Himalaya Drug Company, they have a project management, they have their own team, correct? So who is the project manager? Who is the CEO? And who is the CFO? And who is the I mean inventory manager, purchase manager, sales manager, production manager. So this org structure will be there in everywhere. So same way IBM also, their structure name will be different. So here there is a delivery director, Under the delivery director, we have a delivery manager. Under the delivery manager, there is a program manager. Under the program manager, there is a project manager. Under the project manager, there is a solution architect. Under the solution architect, there is a lead consultant, lead SD consultant, lead FICO consultant, lead finance consultant, lead PP consultant, PM consultant, right? So then we have a consultant. So then junior associate consultant if it is required. So the team will be like that. So why I'm telling you, so this is the structure you will be working in a company. Tomorrow you join for Accenture IBM, the same structure will be, right? Implementation point of view. So now we are just, we are going to start implementing the project. So client side, how the team will be, and implementation side, how the team would be, right? That is what we are talking about, the project organization structure finalizations. Okay. Kickoff meeting. So kickoff meeting is nothing but the actual project is going to start, right? Start date and end date. Okay, suppose let's say for March 1st the project is going to be start March 2025. Okay, so under that, based on the activities, right? Simply you cannot say March 25 starting and March 26 is completing, right? So what is the activity? So when the project, what is the fit to standard, how many days is required? So when you are going to completing your business blueprint, so when you are going to completing your configurations, so when you are completing your testings, unit testing, integration testing, user acceptance testing, so RISIP, so when the RISIP is going to be completed, so when the roles and authorization is going to be completed, so when the cutover activities, uploading the master data is going to be completed, so when there is a run, go live and support activities, so how many months the hypercare support, 1 month support or 2 months support, 5 months. So this is what they are going to explain in the kickoff meeting. So you will understand, you will here also the same approach, you will come to know, okay, the same project how it is happening, so the same kind of exposure you will be getting here also, right? So then business process master list or mapping list is nothing but BPML. Okay, so this BPML is nothing but the list of process in your module. Suppose you are a PP module consultant. So in the PP module consultant, what will happen? So or maybe they have for fabrication manufacturing. There is one of the divisions. So then so there is crusher manufacturing, so there is another division, there is a precast divisions, or there is a so precast divisions, what all the things they are going to be manufactured. So like so now we are going to list out the process, right? So what all the make to order process, right? Forecasting, what all the make to order, make to stock process, and return process, or whether it is a crusher manufacturing, right? So then we have a repetitive manufacturing or engineering to order process. So all the process we have to prepare one sheet, that is nothing but BPML. Okay, how we are going to prepare? Based on the scope document. Okay, based on the scope document we are going to list out. That is what I told, BPML. Before you are going to start the fit to standard, before you are going to prepare the business blueprint, so the BPML document is more important, because how many processes are there in your module, so then only you can able to showcase the process to customer as a fit to standard or business blueprint, right? So without preparing the BPML you cannot proceed further. Okay, so next we have a explore phase. Explore phase, what are the deliverables? So there is a fit to standard based on the SAP best practices. So this is what I told you. So once the BPML, right, let's say for subcontracting process or third party process or consignment process, let's say every module we have a, let's say, number of process, right, 25 process, 30 process based on the scope document. So now you are going to to showcase the process to the customer. Customer is going to communicate, okay, no, currently we are following, there is a we are giving the input. Based on that, the system is start the procuring, so we are not manually procuring anything on that. So based on the how you are going to achieve this, so then you'll come to know, okay, this is not the standard process they are following. So they have a bulk purchase order or bulk sales order is there, so they are going to upload everything and they are going to create it. So we need to design our process in such a way that, so that we can able to create the purchase order successfully. So then we need to find out what are the gaps, right? So like that, every process you have to showcase. Customer will come out with the requirement, then you have to decide that. You should not tell that no, that is not possible. You have to create the PO or sales order. You should not tell like that, because you are a consultant, right? So customer will ask anything, correct? So doctor, you are going to doctor in a fever. He will say that no. If you have a fever, I will not. If you have a symptom, I will not. So it's not like right. So whatever the solution, right, whatever the request, coming from customer, you have to give a solutions. Okay, so that is what. Next to the fit to standard, you have to prepare the gaps. Okay, gaps is nothing but through RISE objects you can able to fulfill it. So what is the RISE objects? Okay, so RISE object is nothing but forms, reports, interfaces, enhancements, right? So like that, we have a workflow. So these are all the objects. So who will do, right? Forms will be developed by above consultant. So reports also, right? Everything, all the technical objects will be done by technical consultant. So what is your role? What is functional consultant role? Functional consultant role is nothing but collect the business requirements, prepare the function, prepare the functional specification. So you put it all the logic. Okay, so first step, you have to fetch data from EKKO table. Step number 2, you pass this data, then you fetch from EKET table. So you are writing the functional specifications, right? Any gaps, maybe in enhancements or interfaces or workflow, you have to prepare the functional specifications. So this training, everything will be there during the implementation projects, correct? So during the implementation project, we will teach you how to prepare the functional specification. So how to connect the tables, right? One table to another table. So all the training will be provided. So then based on that, you are going to prepare the functional specification. So this functional specification provide to whom? Technical consultant, above consultant. Okay. So anyway, so once the gaps analysis, how the gaps you are going to fulfill. So during the project, you will prepare the functional specification. So before that, you have to understand the requirement, business requirements, right, from the customer. So customer telling that I want to upload the sales order or purchase order, or I want to do the enhancements in my sales order, or I want to do the interfaces. So once the sales order is created, this has to be interfaced to my third party systems. So they have the delivery activity, they are going to do picking, packing, everything is going to be done. So after it is completed, this has to updated in my SAP, then the post PGA has to be posted. So maybe this is also another requirement. So like that, there are thousand requirements are there. Okay. Next, so finding the above objects. So the RISE objects, W stands for workflow. Workflow means what? Suppose I want to create the purchase order, then approve. That is workflow. This is a standard workflow. But once I create the material master, once I created the GL master, once I created the bill of material, so this has to go for approval. This is customized workflow. Okay. SAP is not provided the functionality for approving the master data. Okay. So next is R. R stands for reports. Suppose you have so many reports you might be seen in SAP. So tomorrow customer is asking, so I need to add some additional requirements in the reports. Could you please add? Yes. So then we have to take the the standard reports, adding some 4 or 5 fields. That is one of the kind of reports, or we call it as enhancements. So report is nothing but completely the new requirements. Okay, so suppose I procure this, and based on the procurement I have done the sales this much, based on the sales I have done the invoice this much, based on the invoice I have collected the amount from this much. So this is the complete report, because SAP don't have this kind of sales register. We call it a sales register. Same way procurement also, PR, PO, GR and invoice payment. So that is purchase register. Same thing production also. So if you want to link multiple transactions, right? So system SAP, they don't have the reports. So then as a consultant, you need to design the layout, okay, what all the fields you want to be displayed and what is the input parameter should be. So how you have to execute the report, and then we can able to prepare the customized reports. Okay, so for that you have to prepare the functional specifications. Interfaces. Okay, what is I stands for interfaces. Interfaces, like, so when you are going to communicate two different systems, as I told you, right, sales order is created, immediately there is a outbound delivery is created. Okay, so now the warehouse management is not SAP. Warehouse management WMS is from third party WMS 3PL system. So 3PL system, what will happen based on the outbound delivery? So they will do the picking, they will do the packing. So then finally they are going to dispatching to the customer. Okay, so once the dispatching is done, so then the interfaces will, that is the inbound interfaces from 3PL to SAP. So that inbound interfaces will come to SAP, and based on that outbound delivery, post goods issue will be posted. So this is the automation process, right? So this is the automation process. So no manual process here. So after that, they are going to create the invoice, then payment and everything. Okay. So this is called as a interfaces. So same thing for every module. Okay. I'm just give a simple example of sales order created in SAP. Then outbound deliveries, delivered, through outbound. The outbound deliveries goes to 3PL system. 3PL system is nothing but third party logistics. So they are going to take care of all the picking, packing, delivering to customer, everything. There's a separate department, third party systems. So once they're done, then outbound delivery comes to SAP to do the post goods issue. Okay, fine. So next conversion. What is conversion? So I explained, right? Everyone, for every module we have a master data. Talk about FICO, I explained. So PP module also we have bill of material, work center, routing, correct? Then open production order. So same thing like SD module, like a customer master, customer info record, open sales order, open sales contract, right? So same thing for material management, like a material master, vendor master, info record, source list, service master, initial stock upload, open purchase order, open purchase contract, open scheduling agreement. So these are all data we need to upload into SAP. Why we need to upload? So why we need to upload this master data or transaction data to SAP? Because we are going to prepare a new system. We are going to implement SAP, correct? So what also the master data, the existing data, right? The open data or the stock, everything we need to upload into SAP. That is mandatory. So without that, no meaning to implement SAP, right? So tomorrow, once go live is started, so how they will create the sales order without customer, without material? Is it possible to create the sales order? Same thing, production order also. So without bill of material, so we need to upload this data first, correct? So that is nothing but conversion. C stands for conversion. Next, E for enhancements. So enhancement also. So why I'm explaining the RISE object this much? You failed your interview because of the RISE objects. You couldn't able to explain. So the interview point of view I'm talking. So the interview point of view, they will explain minimum 10 RISE objects whether you can able to answer or not. So forms, reports, interfaces, conversion, enhancements, and workflow. So whether you can able to, so without swimming, so you cannot say that I can do the swimming, right? So same way, so first you have to practically you have to execute. Practically you have to prepare the functional specification. For first you have to understand the requirements. What are the forms in FICO? What are the forms in PP module? What are the forms in MM module? Correct? So what are the forms in EWM module? First you have to understand the forms. So then how we can able to display? We have to prepare the functional specification. Why you have to prepare the FS? Because the form has to be designed, we need to deliver. You're a functional consultant, you are responsible to design the form. To whom? So with help of technical consultant. So how you will communicate? Through functional specification. Clear? So I don't have much time to explain. I will go next steps. So during the project you will learn what are the forms, reports, interfaces and everything, but keep it in your mind, without knowing 10 RISE objects, very difficult you to attend clear the technical round interview. Okay, they will ask you the complex scenario faced. The complex scenarios either through RISE only. So you might be achieved through enhancement, you might be achieved through interfaces, you might be achieved through workflow, right? So without have the on-hand experience in the RISE objects, interview will be, you cannot able to clear their what you cannot able to clear their the questions, right? So this is one of the most important in implementation projects. Okay, Next, we are talk about the business blueprint. Okay, this is another more important actually. So business blueprint also. So whatever till now, whatever you understand through fit to standard workshop, right? Through fit to standard workshop. So based on that, you have to prepare the business blueprint. So what is the as is process? What is the to be process? What is the current business flow diagram? What is the to be process flow, SAP process flow diagram? And what is the report requirements, what all the forms, what all the reports applicable, what all the interfaces applicable, right? So like that, you have to design your BPD or business blueprint. So this blueprint has to be reviewed. Your blueprint has to be reviewed, and so then they will give you the signature. So then only the BPD will or blueprint will get signed off. Okay. So this also you are going to do that. Okay. We are not going to help you. Say take this BPD, copy paste, do. We will not do like that. You have to. We will give you the template. We will give you the sample BPD. So maybe you have a 15 process. So we will give you 1 or 2 BPD. The rest of the BPD you have to prepare it. You have to deliver it. You have to review it. You have to get the signature, right? So this exposure also more important. So until and otherwise, if you are not working in Accenture and IBM, you will not get this exposure. So luckily you have this call or this meeting, and you want to change your career. Yes, I want to get into SAP. So whatever the challenges which I am facing, that has to be rectified, means then these 21 plus deliverables you have to do that. So how to showcase the fit to standard workshop, how to prepare the BPML, how to prepare the business blueprint, right? So these are all the activities will be, the next 2 months, these are all the activities only you guys are going to do that. And what are the rise up objects, how to prepare the functional specification for forms, reports, interfaces, enhancements, workflow, right? So then data migrations approach. So we talk about the data migrations, right? Data migration is nothing but uploading the master data or transaction data. So why we are uploading? Because the say without uploading we cannot able to execute any business transaction. What is business transaction? Maybe purchase order or sales order or production order or any invoice, right? So we need a vendor, we need a customer, we need a material, we need a bill of material, we need a storage bin. So like that, every module they have their own master data that has to be uploaded. Okay. So this is what we are going to be deliver in the explore phase. Okay, next we are going to the realization phase. Okay, so realization phase, so this is starting the configurations. Okay, so everyone say that, okay, I know the configurations, right? But I'm telling you, the most of the trainees who join our implementation project, 90% or 95%, they don't know the configuration. So for that, what we are going to do, we have a separate training also. So the complete configuration training they are going to provide you. Okay, so they are not going to charge you separately for the configuration training. So that is in additionally. So all the configuration, whatever it is required to do the configuration, so that training also they are going to provide you, including these implementation projects, right? Okay, so what you will do in the realization phase? So realization phase, you do the configurations, right? So configurations, before start the configuration, you have to prepare the KDS, key data structure. So which contains about your org structure, which contains about what are the master data, what are the number ranges, what are the BP master, BP group, account, BP account group, customer account group. So all the number ranges has to be designed. What are the PR, PO, sales order, production order, right? So all the pricing and everything has to be designed such a way that. Okay. So next we have to start the show and tell sessions. So now you've done the configurations. So you are ready for show the system, right? So now customer is asking, show me what you understood my business and how SAP looks. So whether how the sales order process, how the purchase order process, or EWM process, or production planning process. So now every module consultant has to showcase the process to customer. That is nothing but show and tell session. So next we are going to talk about the cutover plan. Okay, cutover is nothing, as I already told you, there are preliminary cutover activities. and production cutover activities. Okay, or we can say the pre-production production. There are two different server, correct? So in the production box, there are two different clients. One is pre-production, another one is production. So before uploading your master data directly to the production, so they are asking, make sure all the data is correct. Make sure all the data, whatever they provided, we can successfully upload it in the pre-production server first. So we need to get the verification, confirmations is required from the customer. So once you upload it in production server, some things goes wrong. Can you rectify, revert back? No, it's not possible. So that is the reason there are two different box. There are two different clients. One is pre-production, another one is production. So now we are going to upload all the data into the pre-production. Right now we are uploading all the data into the pre-production server. Get the confirmation from the customer. If customer is agreed, so then only we are uploading the data into the production server. Okay, so that is nothing but cutover activities. So cutover activities, so what are the master data, number of records, and how many days we are going to upload. So everything has to be planned. So that is what in the realization phase we are going to be do that. Okay, so now testing. So now you done the configuration, correct? You done the configuration, you done the show and tell session, you showcase the customer. Next we have to go for the testings, right? There are three different type of testing. So unit testing, so individual module consultant, need to test based on your BPML process. So in MM module 25 process are there. For all the 25 process successfully created without any error. So some process GL is not mapped, some process your SD is linking, so unable to create the third party purchase requisition. So these are all the challenges will be there, correct? So everything you have to be tested first. That is called first unit testing. Second, integration testing. So integration is nothing but cross module. Okay, so suppose make to order process, if you have to execute the make to order, so then SD module is required, PP module is required, MM module is required, AR, AP, finance module is required. So we have to prepare the test script. What is test scripts? So the sequential of process, right? First you have to create the sales order. So then we have to run the MRP. Third, then we are going to, planned order is created. Then then purchase requisition is created. So then planned order is converting into production order. So purchase requisition is converted into purchase order, approving the purchase order, then goods receipt, then issue the goods to production. So confirmation of production order. So then deliver the goods to the customer. So then invoice, then payment receipt. So these are all the test scripts. I'm talking about test scripts, right? Now sequential process. So this is integration testing with the cross module consultant has to be tested. So then only the whole process will be working. The same way all the integration testing. Okay, this is one of the process. So you are procuring asset, you are transferring the asset. So you are like that. There are so many processes, right? So all the integration testing process has to be tested with the cross module, okay, with the not individual module. So unit testing is individual module and integration testing is cross module. Okay, third one, user acceptance testing. What is user acceptance testing? So this is nothing but end user has to perform. Okay, end user will create the production order, end user will release the production order, end user will issue the production order, end user will confirm the production order. So same way for SD module, MM module, PP module, EWM module, finance module. So this end user has to perform, correct? So end user has to tell that okay, I executed all the process, it is working fine. Okay, so I executed all the business process, it is working fine. So then only your UAT will be completed, right? Okay, so next, so once everything is ready, right? So next we are, so now your system configuration is completed, unit testing is completed, integration testing is completed, user acceptance testing is completed, right? So what next? So we need to upload the master data, that is nothing but cutover activities. Okay, so what is cutover activities in deployment phase? Okay, deployment phase. So we are going to do the cutover activity. This is more important. So as a consultant, what is your roles and responsibility in a cutover activity? They will ask you the interview questions also. Could you tell me what is your roles in cutover activities? Okay, what are the challenges you faced? What are the master data you uploaded? What is the tool you used to upload? LSMW, BDC, BAPI, IDA, and migration cockpit tool. So there are so many tools are there. So anyway they can ask any questions they can ask you, right? So create final cutover plan. Okay, what is final cutover plan? Okay, I told you there are two different server, right? Pre-production, production. So in the pre-production server, so how we are going to upload your master data? So how many days is required? What are the master data going to be uploaded, right? So everything you have to plan it first. Okay, same thing. Okay, I need 7 days or 10 days is required for pre-production server. Okay, next, for every module you have to plan accordingly, right? So then we have to go for the uh, production server. Okay, production server also, yes, we plan for 10 days for MM. MM said what are the master data 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, SD 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we need to address all the master data, right? And the customer also has to provide, so that then only you can able to upload it. So then we need to plan the cutover activities. Okay, cutover activities is nothing but which phase the cutover activities comes, and what are the master data in your module you upload, and what are the transaction data you upload in your module, and what is the tool you have used, and number of records in your master data, how many number of records you have uploaded, so how many hours you taken upload for pre-production and production server. So these are all the questions will be arise during interview. So until and otherwise, if you are not worked in the implementation project, if you are not deliver the cutover activities, if you are not uploaded the master data and transaction data, you cannot able to answer these questions. So people who have a 4 years experience, 5 years experience, they don't have these kind of exposures. People, you are luckily you are want to change your career, I want to get a job, so then you have to go for the 90,000. Yes, I want to go as a experienced queue. I don't want to go for the fresher level. There are only for 5,000, 10,000 jobs, there are lakhs and lakhs people are waiting. I don't want to go that queue. I want to go as a experienced queue. I want to go as a end-to-end implementation project consultant queue. So how I can able to change myself as a end-to-end implementation consultant? So that is what these deliverables. So the phase by phase what you are going to deliver, so that this practically you are going to deliver here. Okay, so we are not going to give you this is the blueprint. There are so many I hear so many institutes, yeah, they do the implementation project, but blueprint and all they will give you, so we will not prepare. So here it is not like that. Okay, so you are a consultant now, maybe you are a trainee, but for us we will make you as a consultant. So what consultant will do in implementation project, so that you will deliver with the help of our consultant. So we have a consultant, they will be in touch with every time from morning 9 o'clock to till evening 6, 7, 8, 9. People are working 10 p.m. also. They will be supporting you if you need any kind of issues, or they need if you need any kind of configuration issues, or if you have any kind of data migrations uploading issues, or testings, or BBP, or fit to standard, right? So they will help you. Fine. So now deployment phase is completed. So next we'll go for the run phases. Okay, so run phase is nothing but go live and support activities. Okay, go live and support activities. So this is quite challenging. So what happens, so you whatever you have done 1 year project, so many developments you have done, so maybe 90 percentage testing is completed from you as well as the end users. So when it goes to production, they will expect real 100 percentage, they will expect, right? So there are maybe some reports or interfaces or anything, the real testing will happen in the production only. So we don't know what are the type of issues we will face it. Maybe standard business transaction you will not get it, but all the rise up objects you will get the issues. Maybe this delivery is not delivered, so the delivery is not delivered here, or whether the PG is not posted, or whether my say upload program is not working correctly, or whether my conversion, that workflow I created the material master, the workflow is not triggering. I created the bill of material, workflow is not triggering. I created the GL master, workflow is not triggering, right? So then, so these are all the challenges you will be facing in the hypercare support. Okay, so that is that. What are the issues? What are the issues you will face in the support? That is also you will be getting this implementation project. Okay, so they will ask you after the support, what are the challenges you faced? What are the different tickets you face, issues you faced? Everything what you designed, what you developed. So based on that, what all the questions is arise? So that is also we are going to get the exposure here. Okay. So till now, whatever we have seen, the deliverables, right? So maybe these are all the new terminology for you because you learned something. And what we discussed now, this is completely for implementation project, greenfield implement activate methodology deliverables. Okay, so next to 2 months you are going to deliver this. So next to 2 months you are going to deliver this end-to-end implementation project. So then your career is going to be changed, so your mindset is going to be changed, your profile is going to be changed, the way of interview you are going to attending the interview, that style is going to be changed. So then 100% I'm telling you, you will get the job, if you follow our end-to-end implementation projects. Okay, so next, this project is going to be start March 10th. Okay, so the project is going to be start March 10th 2025, right? So if you want to join for the March month project, so you can able to do the registration with our our business development executive. You can contact them, so they will assist you, because before starting the project, let's say for 10th the project start, before 7 days, so we are starting the pre-project deliverables. Okay, what is pre-project deliverables? So you will stuck up with the configurations, you will stuck up with the functional specification, you will stuck up with the business blueprint creation. So these kind of activities will be going before 1 week. Okay, so you can, it's not like only the March 10th the project is starts, but before 7 days the pre-project is going to be started. So you can start inquire with your BDE, so they will help you to join the project. Okay, so next, what are the Mara technologies additionally what you will provide? So as I already explained about the integrations, right? Cross module, what are the process, so that exposure you will be getting, and how to, the assignment of the tables, structures, fields, BAPI, BADI. So how this functional specification you are going to be prepared for forms, report, enhancements, interfaces, conversions, workflow and all. So then support tickets. So what are the support tickets, you used to you get it, you used to get it. So we have the Jira ticketing tools, we will assign the tickets, so you will have to face those tickets also. So then there is a exposure of the greenfield activate methodology deliverables, right? So we discussed about like a fit to standard workshop, we discussed about the BPML, we discussed about the blueprint creations, configurations, unit testings, integration testing, user acceptance testing, functional specifications, right? And roles and authorization, cutover activities, uploading the master data in pre-production server, uploading the master data in the production server. So then we have a go live support. So the complete greenfield end-to-end implementation deliverables you are going to deliver. So what you will get this project after completion of this project, what benefits, what exposure you are going to be getting. Okay, so if you see, if you are sincerely work this project, maybe your minimum 3 to 4 hours if you can spend per day for next 60 days. So 100% we are assuring that you can make yourself as a 4+ years of experienced. Okay, so how the 4+ years of experience will get it? So this 4+ years means you should handle the support project. 4+ experience consultant should handle the rollout project. 4+ years consultant, they have to support with greenfield end-to-end implement. So this exposure you will be completing next 60 days. Okay, so then you cannot put it your profile only for support project or only for rollout project. So you have to include for end-to-end implementation project also. So then only your profile have the value. So that is what you are learning here also, right? So if you have all the deliverables, it's not like only one deliverable, there are 21 plus deliverables. As I told you, if you have these 21 plus deliverables, if you have a confidence, if you have a, get the exposure with our own consultant in the next 60 days, so then I'm straight away you can say that yes, I have a 3 to 4 years of experience in greenfield implementation projects. So this greenfield implementation project is going to change your career, and people is going to consider, okay, these persons have a implementation project experience, so then we can consider him. So as I told you, the out of 1 lakhs, the 90,000 jobs, the queues you can able to, you can able to attend the interview. So as I told you, the calls you might be receiving the calls continuously, your multiple interviews will be scheduling because the opportunities are more, correct? So you already learned in implementation project also, right? With the help of this, so very quickly you can able to get into SAP world. Okay, so that is the benefits what you are going to be learned from the Greenfield Implementation Project. So the project charges, so we are charges 35,000, but they have the offer also now 8,000. They have discounts. So their current fees they are they are charging 27,000. So if you have any related any questions, you please contact with your BDA, Business Development Executives. Okay, they will help you regarding the registrations of March 10th, 2025 projects. So I have completed from my side. So if anybody have any questions, if you have any challenges,
Yes, I have some questions. What is different between SAP S4HANA and ECC?
SAP S4HANA, so this is the new features of it. So for example, in
Yeah.
ECC, we don't have any kind of enrollment concepts, right? So here in SAP S4HANA, it's completely for the deliverable concept. So which means your system will be working very fast. So nowadays in mobile app, if you see the mobile app, if you just click on that, you can very quickly you can access your bank database, or you can very quickly you can able to access your any kind of companies databases. For example, bank applications. If you go think about that ECC, so we don't have that kind of flexibility, correct? So we don't have that kind of user interfaces. User interface is nothing but looks like the Fiori kind of things. So now in SAP S4HANA there is a user interfaces. So these user interfaces we can able to as per that the mobile technology, how that mobile technologies work the same way like app. So we can able to you can able to log in, then you can able to approve your sales order, purchase order. So same way, this is all the things, because now is a user interfaces in especially for the speed of data, right? So people they want to change. So the migration from ECC to SAP S4HANA, so there are so many functionalities, right? So every product there is a new functionalities, but here the user experience and as an app, right? SAP you can use as an app, and then you can able to through mobile itself you can able to create your sales order, purchase order, approval, even all the analytical reports, all the Fiori, everything. The Fiori is completely designed for everything, desktop, laptop, and your mobile apps also. Okay, so these are all the new features, and so now that is the reason, so they stopped ECC. So completely you have to focus on only two products. One is private cloud, another one is public cloud. Okay, so private cloud, so you have to take care of the databases, you have to take care of all the infrastructure, everything for the server related infrastructures. Public clouds, so SAP is taking care of you, right? Only the subscription model. So